Elishaba, class of 2009, from Kenya. Elishaba, what do you think the condition of the women's movement is in Kenya at the present moment?
Well, there's mobilization. We have a number of women's organizations. People are becoming more and more aware of gender equality, but there are societies that that still are not fair to women. And we deal with issues like female circumcision. We're dealing with girls not being sent to school and getting married off early because their parents feel that it's more of an investment to educate boys. We have domestic violence, and that's one of the biggest problems in Kenya right now. And sexual abuse is also very common. So there are a lot of organizations like FIDA, which is the Organization for Female Lawyers, and FAWE. And then we have Women Maendeleo ya Wanawake, which is the directly translated, it would be the development of women. So, and those groups are doing their best to make policies that support women, that protect women, and that enlighten women on their rights. And actually this summer I'm going to work with FAWE, which is Forum for African Women Educationalists, and they write policies for that help girls to access education, and they find projects and programs that can give scholarships to girls. And so I would say it's an active movement, but I mean there's still a lot of work to be done. Yeah.
What do you think like maybe the biggest struggle is in Kenya with regarding women?
Regarding women, one is culture. You know, I could say Africa tends to be a patriarchal society, and we believe that the man is the head of the house, and I personally believe that the man should be the head of the house. So I think it's hard right now to come and say that men and women should be equal. And in terms of like female genital mutilation, which is what it's called in the West, but at home it's called initiation of women. People have done it for years, you know, and if you're going to tell girls not to be circumcised, then nobody's going to marry them in their community. So those are some of the challenges. And then I think also with things like violence is the stigma, you know, and you're taught that when you get married, you stay in your marriage and you work things out, and if your husband beats you, you forgive him, you know. So people are still like holding on to that.
Right.
And so even though they know their rights, they don't really come forward and say that they're being oppressed. So yeah, I think those are some of the problems. And then as always, funding for these organizations, because
is there international funding?
Yeah, so a lot of the NGOs get funding from abroad, and the UN has been very helpful. I forget the program in the UN that fights for women and children. It's not UNICEF. UNICEF is for children. There's one that specifically fights for women. Yeah.
Do you identify as a feminist, and if so, why?
Okay, depending on the definition. I don't like to consider myself a feminist.
Okay.
Because I'm not all for that, like burning bras and whatever.
Right.
You know, I want to wear a bra, and I just think it's very practical. But having said that, I do advocate for women's rights, and I think also it depends on where you've grown up. And I've never felt oppressed as a woman. I've never felt that I wasn't given enough opportunities as a woman, and so I think that has made me a bit more. I'm not as aggressive in terms of feminism. But yes, when I hear about women who are being oppressed and suppressed in the world, then I do want to come out and say, yeah, go women.
Yeah.
And coming to Wellesley has really helped me, because I never saw myself as a woman. My identity was first, I'm an African, I'm a Kenyan, and then I'm a woman. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah. So the more I learn and the more I hear about other people's experiences, then
It shapes your view.
the more it shapes my view. But I still don't think I wouldn't want.
You
to
don't
be part of-
identify with the sort of mainstream American feminism,
No.
bra burning. No.
No.
That makes sense.
But maybe I'll take a women's studies course and maybe it'll change my view. But yeah.
So, who do you say some of your feminist role models are, or female role models?
Female role models. Well, there are a couple of women in Africa. Right now, there's Wangari Maathai, who is a Kenyan woman, and she won the Nobel Peace Prize. And this was a big achievement, not only for Kenya, but I think for African women. And I admire her because she was very vocal in her fight for the environment, and a lot of times she was put in prison, she was beaten by policemen.
Wow.
People called her a man, people said she's behaving like a man, she should stay at home and take care of her family.
Right.
But she stood for what she believed in, and she did what needed to be done. She led by example. So I really admire Wangari Maathai. And then there are a couple of people, like my school teachers, my principal, Mrs. Mungai, who taught us that maths is also for girls and science is also for girls. So she has led many girls into medicine and dentistry and economics.
Wow.
Because she made them believe in themselves. Right. Winnie Mandela, Nelson Mandela's former wife, she was also very instrumental in the struggle for independence in South Africa.
Right.
So those are some of the women that come to my mind right now. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. You've been a great help.
Oh, you're welcome.